Yoy!
I'm not gonna worry about your level of concern.
Yoy and double yoy!
We talking about Twitter.
Triple yoy!
Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that.
Quadruple yoy!
We're gonna live that life.
Can we hologram Joe Green out there?
We mock ourselves.
It's time for another week of Hot and Toxic Takes. Welcome to What Jin's Talking About, a conversation about the Steelers' social media conversation, exposing all the week's Hot and Toxic Takes. I think I said that already. I'm Kyle Chrise. And a lot to talk about today, a lot to mock about today. 1 week left until the draft, and the mocks are getting intense. 20 plus mocks. I didn't even get to all of them this week. But first, the question that can't seem to be answered.
QB22
Plus few.
Where are you?
We've got some work to do now. QB22, who are you?
We need
Some help from you now.
You know we've got a mystery to solve.
Which QB do we want, gold and black?
I've trained myself to hate it.
All right, cut the music. No, cut it. QB22, we still don't have you. And even though Aaron Rodgers went on Pat McAfee, it seems like we've got more questions than answers. Can we get to the takes? Starting with at Alex Kazora. To sum up the key points from Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee, focused on personal life right now, hasn't given Pittsburgh an answer. Money isn't the issue. Not waiting for Vikings. Enjoyed meeting with Pittsburgh. Draft won't impact his decision, and Steelers haven't given him a deadline. I think we've got to just let it go. April showers, bring May flowers. This isn't going to happen now. Is it ever going to happen? I don't want Aaron Rodgers, but I don't want to wonder about it anymore too. There's other things, I guess, to think about. Like, for instance, who else are we going to have if not Aaron Rodgers? Actually, first, this take from at Pittsburgh Sports Steelers Takeaways. I'm sorry, I don't want to sign a 41-year-old mercurial narcissist QB who isn't even sure if he wants to play football. It's not a knock on his process. I just don't want a leader like this. I'd rather have a hungry, younger QB who really wants this. I think I kind of agree. I think I'm reserved to the fact that they're scouting quarterbacks in the draft. Might have to go with Mason and a rookie. Or, sure, it won't just be Mason or a rookie, right? Like what the tweet from at by Josh Carney says, please, for the love of God, Steelers, just pivot to Kirk Cousins. Is that the only other option left? Maybe I will wait for Aaron Rodgers. Oh, there's no way to win this situation. That's why I'm like, let's get that rookie QB. And hey, we did it with Duck. We can do it with, I don't know, a first rounder. We didn't do it with Kenny necessarily, although we got there. We eventually got there Kenny's rookie year. What are we going to do? Is this worse than 96 when it was Tom, Zach, Cordell, and Miller from Michigan State? I guess there was more hope for Cordell back then. He was a second-round pick, wasn't he? So certainly we should have some excitement with a first-round pick at quarterback. We can go into a season that way. But if you're not crying about an overpaid quarterback, what about only the overpaid all-time greatest defender in Steelers history. Let's get to the tweet from at Mark Madden X. Mark Madden. Watt isn't an all-time Steelers great. He's not even top 5 on defense. He's barely top 10. You know, all these trade rumors about TJ Watt. People don't want to pay him. They'd rather trade him. Here's Madden saying he's not even top 5 on defense. Well, statistically, Watt is the greatest Steelers defender. Statistically, more sacks than anybody. More than Mean Joe. More than Debo. More than Jason Gilden. More defensive player of the years. In consideration, top 3 in the votes, top 5 in the votes. Wins it. More than Troy. More than Woodson. So statistically, Watt is the greatest. He doesn't have the rings. Neither did Woodson with Pittsburgh. Didn't make him any less great. Didn't make it a mistake to get rid of Woodson, just like it would be totally a mistake to get rid of Watt now. The all-time greatest Steeler defender statistically just needs a ring. That's what the goal is. Why get rid of him now when we're about to have gold jacket Aaron Rodgers? Or rookie to be determined. Or Mason. How about that? Let's rally around Mason. Why not? Believe me, if we go with a rookie, Mason's going to get some starts this year. Maybe even with Rodgers. Think he's going to stay healthy for 18 games? Wait, we got more tweets. Do we? Thank you. At Yinsburg Sports, Yinsburg Adam. I figured a lot of you would feel stupid about your firm stances about not paying Cam Hayward, and he turned around and made you guys look silly. But it looks like you guys are all back again with the same mindset regarding TJ Watt. Right? I was doubtful about Cam Hayward, and he went on to have Pro Bowl season. They're scheming TJ now. They know how to get him. You don't think TJ's in the lab trying to work it around? He's the greatest statistical Steeler defender of all time. You don't think he's trying to work it out? Working harder? You know how hard he works because we hear Tomlin say it. Goes about his business. More from TJ. Does anyone have any TJ logic here? Oh my goodness. The tweet from A Saunders _PGH, Alan Saunders. When the Steelers signed TJ Watt in 2021, his average annual value was over 15.3% of the salary cap. $40 million is now 14.3% of the cap. The $40 million price tag a lot of you seem to be surprised by is actually a deal and a no-brainer for the Steelers. Don't you love how math works? I love it. That's right. $40 million a year is actually a better deal than whatever TJ's making 4 years ago. Well, his agents probably know that too. So maybe he's going to come in at higher than $40 million. Still worth the money. $40 million? Why not? It's not my money. Believe me, I've been priced out of live Steelers events for a while. I went to Ben's last game just by, I don't know how, just by a wink and a prayer. Is that the saying? I'm priced out in LA. I'm priced out in Pittsburgh. Can't even afford the merch. Not my $40 million. Give him $50 million. Who cares? I'm not paying for parking anymore. All my money's tied up in streamers. So I'll watch him on Netflix on Christmas Day while all you other Yinzers complain, I gotta have 4 streamers just to watch YouTube NFL. All right, okay. Let's move on. No, we've already played that song. That's right. 7 days left, 6 days, depending on when you're listening to this. Or maybe it's already in the distant past. I've seen these mocks pick so many names. All of their boards looking all the same. Yeah. I don't care about the situation. All these mock drafts give me constipation. And my belly's hurting. There's only one way. There's only one way to mock. I lost me headphones. There we go. Got to hear what I'm saying. I can't even hear. Okay, whatever. Okay. Final week of mock draft season. Let's start with the tweets. At the Pony Express, Andrew Filipponi. If Shedeur Sanders is available at 21, the Steelers should sprint to the podium to take him. Can I get a second opinion, Doctor? At T Smith 6309, Terry. It's crazy if you want Sanders over Dart. Dart played in the SEC and Sanders played no one. And when he did, he really struggled. I'll be the first to admit that only college football I watch is Penn State and Ohio State. And sorry, technical difficulties forever. Can I ever just not have technical difficulties? Anyway, what was I saying? I don't watch all these other teams, so I can't tell you if Sanders played well or not. I can tell you that the Ohio State quarterback played pretty well. Why aren't we looking at him? Okay. Obviously, we're not all convinced on Sanders. Does it even matter? Because the tweet from at Jack Sperry, NFL insider Aaron Wilson, NFL, on the rumor of Shedeur Sanders going to the Steelers. I heard he will not be a Pittsburgh Steeler. I heard that meeting did not go well. Who is Aaron Wilson? Oh, that's right. He covers Houston, the Texans. So how did he hear that meeting did not go well? Probably little game of telephone. So I'm not buying that fish. It's 3 days old. But maybe it didn't go well. Maybe this guy isn't a Steeler. High character, high football IQ, high heart. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have all that. Maybe he didn't know X's and O's. Maybe he wanted to talk money. Or maybe it actually went well. I believe that the man himself said it went well. Moving on. At Steel, Pivic, Big Mike. If we can't get Shedeur, Will Howard is Sanders but white. Slightly less arm strength, but a better deep ball. This is the guy who I saw, Will Howard. I don't know. Isn't he like Ben being Ben? Isn't he the guy who's like doing that Ben Roethlisberger thing? Like he can scramble if need be. He can run a little. Better deep ball, less arm strength. I don't know about that. It seemed like he was throwing it. It's Ohio State, so they're playing the best football in college. Then again, sometimes they're playing some lackluster opponents. All right, let's get to the mock roundup. We're now at 76 mock drafts. I know you're like, Kyle, this is your lowest mock tally ever. You're right. In 2022, 269 mocks I studied. 2023, 155. 2024, 137. I've cut them out though. It was enough was enough, especially when these mocks start playing games like, okay, in this mock draft you have to make a trade in the first round, or in this mock draft you can only take offense. Canceled them. These are the quote unquote serious mock drafts. Serious?
You guys are funny sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. It's a joke to me. Anyway, we gained 20 mock drafts this week, total of 76. Leading the way, number one, taking the lead after being tied. Now, number one, quarterback from Ole Miss, Jackson Dart. Is it Jackson? He's at 20 now. He gained 5, the most, putting him in a clear first place over number 2, who was tied a week ago. This guy got no mock drafts this week. I'm talking about Kenny Grant, defensive tackle from Michigan. Stuck at 15 after a week of 0 mocks. What happened there? Didn't we learn that Tomlin and Kahn did go to Michigan the day before the pro day to meet with him, to meet with Kenny? Does that count as a pro day visit? Because remember, the Michigan pro day was during the Aaron Rodgers love fest. Getting to know you. So Jackson Dart starting to run away with the mock draft tallies. Now remember, ever since we've been studying these mock drafts, the number 1 pick has never been the Steelers pick. In 2022, it was Malik Willis. In 2023, it was Joey Porter Jr. I know you're like, oh, well, we still got him. It doesn't count. That was not the first round pick. In 2024, it was Amarius Mims. Remember Hims? The highest consensus mock draft pick is not the Steelers pick. So on that alone, I'm saying, Dart, you are not a Steeler. I know we've got a week left, and the mocks could change. You know, you read the mocks like the waves in the ocean. So it's Dart, Kenny Grant. After that at third, gaining 4 this week for a total of 10 mock drafts. Derek Harmon, defensive tackle from Oregon. You know, I kind of want a defensive tackle. I've been saying, hey, Grant or Harmon, one of those two. People like this Walter Nolan also, but he's only been mocked 3 times. So that's pretty low. That's, low on the mock list. Mocks have always had the guy. Well, that's not Troy Fautanu. He only had 8 mock drafts last year. Less than 6% of all the mock drafts we studied. So let's not count out, maybe I shouldn't count out Walter Nolan yet. Any new mock drafts? We're up to 16 different players now. That's also a low. In years past, 2022, 32 different players mocked to the Steelers. 2023, 25. Last year, just 20. And now this year, only 16. So what's that tell us about the mocks? Only 16 different players. And this week, we gained 2. The wide receiver from Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka. Mocked to us by USA Today's Jacob Carmenker and CBS's Brian Diardo. Wide receiver in the first round? Man, I hope not. Don't we have other needs? Drafting a wide receiver in the first round is not playing for this year. You're looking ahead. And I know that's what the draft's about. But also, it's like, I want to win now. We've got 2 great receivers. Draft one in the first round, someone's not going to see the field, and maybe that's because someone's getting traded. Also new this week on the mock drafts, safety from South Carolina, Nick Eamon-Wari, mocked to the Steelers by Todd McShay and Alex Kozora. Safety in the first round, It's not sexy, but I'm not going to act like I know better than Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan. Let's get to the tweet of the week, right? How about one last thing here? Give the final word to at Fantaskippy, Jeffrey Benedict. Chuck Noll's post Terry Bradshaw record is 70-73. What makes Noll a Hall of Fame coach again? Now he's trolling because, people were asking, oh, Tomlin, without Ben is under 500 and all this. Like, Tomlin was nothing without Ben, but I like that Chuck Noll isn't too much without Terry. And you could say, like, yeah, Noll took us to the playoffs with not Post Malone, Mark Malone. Noll took us to the playoffs with Bubby Brister. Yeah, well, Tomlin took us to the playoffs with, well, didn't quite take us to the playoffs with Duck, but got us at the doorstep. If there were 7 seeds that year, it would be. Oh, my goodness. Can't I just get some better tech? I hate doing these shows over Zoom like this. But none of my tech is working. None of my audio is working. Audio tech devices. I can't even talk. A week from now, we'll be talking about. Well, let's see. Maybe we'll do the show before the draft, before the first round pick. If we do the show before the first round pick next week, I'll have your mock draft totals, and maybe I'll get a mocking expert, not a mock draft expert. Maybe I'll get a draft expert. And when I say that, I mean I'll get a fortune teller. I guess I don't know. Maybe I'll get a soothsayer. I think that's what we've been talking about today.
That's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to leave a review, I would appreciate it, especially iTunes. That's the big algorithm. Spotify is also a big one. YouTube, of course. Those are the 3. If you listen to one of those, you're doing good by me. At Kyle Chrise is my Twitter. But I spend most of my time on TikTok. Don't take it away, Trump. You've done some nasty things, but if you let me keep TikTok, maybe I'll forgive you for ruining the world. Until next week, keep listening to your coach.
Be their best selves. That's going to be required.
Stay in school.